Okay, and we're going to get right to work. So we're going to go to Windows Live Movie Maker, open our My Life movie. As you see, it will start to load, importing all your pictures, your title slide exactly where we left off last week. We're opening the project so that as you save the project, you can open it and it'll save all this stuff for you. You don't have to redo anything. When we get to the end, we'll save it as a movie, but right now we need to focus on saving it as a project so that we can still edit it throughout the weeks. Okay, so we left it, imported photos, imported title slide. What we're going to work on for the first thing is our transitions. I know I mentioned them last week, but if you can just go to Animations, it's the tab right next to the Home tab, and click on it, you'll see Transitions here. Now these first few are just for the title slide. So if you hover over them, it'll give you a glimpse of what your title slide will look like transitioning in from that. So you can go ahead and select whichever one you would like to, and once you see that gray triangle there, that means the transition slide has been selected for that, okay? And if you hover there, you'll see it says Transition Crossfade. So it'll actually tell you the name of the transition slide. Now I want you to go ahead and click on that first photo that you have in your lineup, and you'll see there's a heck of a lot more transitions available for you. So if you want to take a moment to scroll through those, see which ones appeal to you, which ones don't, which ones you're thinking of using, go ahead. And I just want to show you something real quick. If you hover over it, it'll show you how that transition slide looks. If you select it, it'll select it for that slide. Again, it'll show you that triangle in the corner. That means the transition has been selected. If you like that transition and you don't want to pick any more, you can just come up here to Apply to All, click that button, and it'll automatically apply that transition to every single photo in your story. Okay, that's something if you want to do it. If you don't want to do it and you want a different one for some of them, you can still scroll down, see what appeals to you, and change that transition for that time being, okay? So if we were to press play there, it would show you a different transition. Alright, and then back towards the other one, it would go right back into that scroll. So we're going to go ahead and pause that. If you want to change the duration, you can most certainly do that. All the durations of the transitions are automatically set at 1.5 seconds, but that certainly does not need to be the case if you don't want it to be. So why don't you take some time to figure out those transitions. We can go ahead and place as many different transitions as you would like in your project. Each photo can be a different transition, each slide can be a different transition, or you can simply choose to do all of them the same transition. That works well too. When you're done with that, you'll be on the Animations tab, working with the transitions. I just want you to go to the next one over. It's called Visual Effects. You're going to click on that, and you'll see that if I click on this one, and I hover over it, it'll show you exactly how that slide, that photo will look if you select that as the visual effect. Okay, there's a lot of different things here. You can do a deep black and white. You can do an orange filter black and white. You can do a threshold. You can do a complete fade and blur. You can do no effect, which would work well too. And there's tons of these, so you need to look through, see which one best suits your needs for how you want the story to come across. I'm not a big fan of the motion ones. For some odd reason, just don't like them. But it'll show you exactly how it will look before you select it. That way you have a very good idea of what you're getting into. And it's not a huge shock when you go to save your project and you're a little scared as to what you're actually coming up with. So I'll go ahead and just select this one for that. And as you see, if you come up here in the corner, it'll show you that my effects are cinematic. My transition is the page curl. My effects are cinematic. And that is something that can help you as far as deciding what you need to do. Each slide has a duration of 7 seconds. The transition is 1.5 seconds. So you need to factor that in as well. The only thing we haven't done to get information into this little box is the pan and zoom, which we'll do at a later date. So after you're done doing the transitions and figuring out what visual effects you would like to add into this, I need you to go right back up to the corner, the left corner, where it has the Save button, say Save Project. You're going to click that. So everything that you've done today gets saved directly to the project so that when you come back to work on it, it is right there, ready to go from the point that you left it at.